don't get why this thing is not doing what I want it to do, but that's okay. There we go. What's up, y'all? All right. So I am back, you guys. Just felt led to come back on and kind of just share a few thoughts. Hold on one second, you guys. All right, y'all. Okay. Come on back in. Well, not come on back in. I am back. I wanted to just get on here and share an update. As you guys can see, I am back home in the office. I gotta say, this has been one of those weeks where, you know, I don't know if you guys have ever felt like a surreal kind of feeling. That has kind of been what this week has. It's been unreal. It has been seemingly unreal. The entire ordeal, I'll say. It's been, hey Sabrina, it's been very much so just unreal. Dealing with everything. I've almost been in a state today of just wanting to run away. Any of y'all ever dealt with something so hard, so depressing, so emotional that if you could run away from it, you would just literally run away from it. That has kind of been where I've been. It was so depressing coming back home and the dog still just laying there. She alive, y'all. You know, drunk a little bit of water. That is the most depressing thing, to see something happening before your eyes and not be able to man, come on, Sabrina, not be able to do anything around it. And I think what has been somewhat frustrating in a sense is what's been frustrating in a sense is knowing God is saying, don't be emotional, don't cry. And it's just Lord, what you mean don't cry, don't be emotional? It has been one of those, this was one of those circumstances that you guys will know what I mean when I say this. It's just been the nail in the coffin. Y'all ever you know, sorry, my dog. Y'all ever dealt with something, you know, or dealt with a series of things happening and you know, you have this one last thing that hits you and it's just literally the nail in the coffin. That has been this week for me in general. It has just literally been what do you want me to do, God? You know, I hear you telling me, okay, it's not my dog's time to go, but how much longer do I have to keep repeating the same thing over and over and over again? And I think, you know, being back at the house, I have maybe about an hour before they head this way, an hour and 20 minutes. it's like in moments where like you're waiting on God, it just literally feels like time slows down. I don't know if y'all have ever like felt that way, like waiting on God, like it's just like time slows down. I'm like, is it not already like to God? Like, is it not already literally like two, And I think that has been the hardest thing, because it's like, I really don't want to be in the house right now, but I know I kind of need to be in the house, getting frustrated. I walk in, Sweetie has thrown up because she ate something. Y'all be thinking Sweetie is sweet, right? Y'all be thinking that she is just and she is sweet, y'all. She's so lovable. But when I say that dog is destructive, she stays eating something that she's not supposed to eat. What she's torn up, I'm sure I will find out at some point later on, because whatever it was chunks of some type of plastic that she done chewed up and ate. And I'm like, oh, that's why you sick, because you tear stuff up. You tear stuff up. And looking at me, yeah, you tore something up. I don't know what you tore up yet, but come back home to that. I gotta give Bella water. She don't want to drink the water. She was receptive to some of it. It's just like, Lord, can we please just get this over with? I think some seasons put you in a mindset where it's just like, Lord, I just need a vacation. Like, that's legitimately like how I've been feeling. Like, Lord, I just like, listen, I just need a vacation, Lord. That's it. That's all I need is a vacation, a whole week. And just listen, just let that be it. I'm just like, Lord, it's just been one thing after the next, And, you get to a point sometimes when you get so overwhelmed that like you get irritable. And so it's been like, I've been having to like check myself, from getting to that place where I respond out of just pure emotion and, maybe not even like emotional at a person, or just I've had to like check myself and, use this time to speak a lot slower, think a lot about what I'm saying, how I'm saying it. Right. Most definitely. Listen, I don't want to experience nor learn nothing. Listen, y'all, I'm glad I'm not by myself in that. Like, for real, I'm so glad that I'm not by myself in that. It's just like, Lord, I don't need no more. I just need like good vibes, good energy, good people around me. I need to laugh some, God. Like, I need something to kind of like get away. And it's like we live in a day and age of people that run from like dealing with the hard stuff. And it's like, when you're a child of God, God doesn't let you do what people of the world do. He don't let us run away from it. We've all seen people that run away from their issues by running to alcohol, running to drugs. Some people have an addiction to shopping. Like, you just see people like running from dealing with the roots of whatever it is that they may be going through. But it's like when you're in God and when your heart really longs to please Him, when you really have such a deep adoration in your heart for God, it's like He's so committed, so invested to blessing us that He makes us sit there and deal with the very thing that like we don't want to deal with, if that makes sense. And so it's been a lot of that going around. It's been a lot of, even just down to like thinking about the details of like people, like how not understanding how certain people operate the way that they operate. I was very frustrated. He says I need to talk about it. I was real frustrated with the vet, knowing the condition of my dog. And, she could have told me Monday that like she was all out of like what she knew to do to help. But instead, like, you drug this out, lady, until, you had me thinking that you were going to help me. And you wait until a day later, the next day, to tell me you absolutely, cannot help me. And so it's just been one of those things where, I've had to deal with certain regrets on my part. I think a lot of times when we go through things, we tend to sometimes look at it from the lens of, I should have did this sooner. Like, I felt like, I don't know why I didn't call the vet yesterday. I guess I was just giving my dog some time to see if she recovered. But it's kind of like, Lord, I should have just called these people on yesterday. I should have done so many other things. I've had a lot of regrets lately. But I think the most frustrating thing is not understanding why this storm keeps happening to her specifically. I know why it's happening for me, but not being able to, like, I think that's one of the most puzzling things, the most frustrating things, is to not understand the why, to not be able to figure out what an issue is. That has been the thing with my dog. Her blood work came back normal, a week and a half ago. And it's just very, very odd. It's very, very strange. And I think it gets even more frustrating when you're like, Lord, I'm out of options. I don't know what to do. And so that has been kind of what this season has been like. I think on another level, the season has been hard because it's like, when you know your assignment, you know what God has called you to do. And I think, honestly, this situation, too, was like an icebreaker, for me shifting over to YouTube, not really wanting to be as transparent on a larger platform, not really wanting to, like, answer the call on a larger platform. It was one of those things where it's like, okay, God, I shifted, but I'm not trying to, like, tell every little aspect or put my life on display. But then it's like, at the same time, I have those moments where I'm like, why did I pray that prayer? Like, why did I ask God to, like, highlight my life to teach people about faith? It has come over these past few years with, like, its pros and cons. The pros being, like, you get to see people's lives transformed. And it's a beautiful thing to see, those of you guys that follow the ministry, choose faith, choose, to trust God in your own situations, in your own life. But the cons, it has its cons to me. It's like, this means I have to continuously, go through things to bring people out. But not even that. It also, comes with people that don't understand it. So they curse you. They call you every name but a child of God. And so it's just been, I've been in a very conflicted place lately. I don't know if you guys have ever, like, felt like, in your own journey that, like, you've been in a very conflicted place. I've been in a very conflicted place, concerning my life, concerning, like, the call of God on my life, concerning so many other things. I've been so emotional. I'm not necessarily a very emotional person. Like, God knows I'm not a crier. Like, I'm really not. But it's like every other sentence, I find myself on the verge of, like, breaking down. And so that has kind of been, like, where I've been. Not necessarily wanting to give up, but it's that place spiritually where you're like, God, I need a change. Like, I need a shift. I need something to shift, Hey, Mrs. Edna, that has been, like, the place that, I've been in. Like, I need a shift. I look around and I see tangible things that, God has, she says, I've been bought. Listen, I'm glad I ain't the only. Listen, it's like God don't even let me get, like, a full cry out. It's just been like your eyes get watery. Like, my eyes are watery now, but nothing comes out, or, a tear or two will drop. And then it's like, I can still feel myself on the verge of, like, wanting to break down, but nothing come out. I think that is the most frustrating thing for a person that's not a crier. Like, okay, I feel like I want to cry, but why ain't you letting these tears come out, God? Like, why are you not letting these tears? And I know I get, why sometimes God doesn't let the tears come out, because, it's like tears of, and not on a budget. It's like legitimately like tears of defeat. Like, because if I can be real, like, I've been feeling real defeated lately, and the reason why I think I've been feeling so defeated, because it's just been feeling like, Lord, no matter how much I serve you, no matter how much I obey you, even though my journey is not perfect, it's just been like, Lord, it's just like nothing I'm doing is working. At every single juncture, there's been some type of attack, some type of hurdle that I've had to jump through. I've adapted, and it's like when you adapt, boom, something else comes. I have just felt like, it's like that person that can't skate. No matter how many times they get back up, as soon as you let go of them, they fall into the ground. Like, that is how I've been feeling lately. Like, Lord, I get up, and as soon as I get up, boom, I fall back down, and then I work myself getting back up, and then boom, I fall back down. And You know, I think too, on the other hand of what I've been dealing with fighting the urge to be bitter. You know, I've been dealing with fighting the urge to be bitter. I'm not sure why God has me sharing this, but I'm going to be truthful, as truthful as I can be. I've been fighting the urge to be bitter, you know, the urge to be mad with God. And I'm not mad at God. You know, I've been fighting the urge to just say, I don't want no more dogs, but I love my dogs. I've been fighting the urge to say, hey, Capone, Brady, you shake you. Hey, man. As y'all can see, he is a mama's baby. Hey, man. Hey, sunshine. Hey, sunshine. Hey, man. But, whoa, big boy. Okay, I'm working. I will play with you later. Where is your ball at? Where's your ball? But that's how I've been feeling, you know. And I think the bitterness comes from, you know, dealing with the same thing over and over and over and over and over again. And you get to a place where you feel like, okay, I'm not going to go through it again. And then boom, when you least expect it, you know, you go right back through it. And then it, you know, eases up. And then you go right back through it. And so I think the bitterness stems from that, like not wanting to go back through something that I already feel is breaking me. And I think a lot of people can relate to that. Getting to a place where you feel bitter, you feel upset, you feel depressed, you feel defeated. Because it's like, God, can't you see that like this thing is breaking my heart into pieces? You know, in so many ways, like, why do you keep allowing me to go through something that, you know, I feel is breaking me, that I feel is shattering every ounce of hope that I have, every ounce of faith that I have, like, and you get to a point where you almost start feeling like, you know, Lord, can I just, you know, still love you and just exit out of this phase of it? Can I just still serve you and just not deal with this aspect of things? Can I just have a different assignment, God? Like, I've been feeling that way. Like, can I have a different assignment? Like, I'm gonna be real. This is the first time in years that I have even thought about like looking at a job site. But these past few weeks, like, I've looked at so many like job sites, and I get so frustrated when I pull up on the site. I just get frustrated and even more discouraged, because it's like, I understand that every single time I look at it, it is God's way of saying, I have you doing what I've called you to do, you know. And it's like, I don't know. But this is the first time in years I've looked at the job website so many times. It's probably been over 5 times I have like looked at it, and then I start feeling convicted. Or I just get flat out upset because I don't see nothing, and I be like, I just want to throw this phone, God. And it's just like, unconsciously, what I know that I'm doing is looking for a way out of having to deal with something uncomfortable, looking for a way out, you know, because I don't want to deal with certain traumas, certain fears. And hold on, let me turn this air down, y'all. Hold on, y'all, I'm coming back. Okay, I went in there at the right moment. She actually used the bathroom on the puppy pad. And so, in a nutshell, that has kind of been like where like my mindset has been. You know, And it's like sometimes in the process you get so frustrated that, like, I've had moments where I'm just like, Lord, I just want to scream. Like, I just want to just literally just put my head in a pillow or go somewhere deep in the woods where can't nobody hear me and just scream out all the frustrations, all the disappointing moments, all of the depression that I feel at times. Like, I pray that I'm making sense. Because it's a frustrating thing to feel so down and out when you're trying your best not to be down and out. It's a frustrating thing to know that God is saying, she in there moving. To know that God is saying, Bella, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm listening to her. This is like the first time she's moved all morning. Like, and besides her head, big girl be throwing the temper tantrums. But that's kind of been, Capone, stop. That's kind of been where I've been at. It's a hard thing to deal with, knowing that you don't have a reason to be depressed, but still feel depressed. You don't have a reason to be weighed down, but you still feel weighed down. You don't have a reason to be anxious, but you're still anxious. You don't have a reason to be afraid, but yet you're so afraid. It's a frustrating thing when you know that you love God and when you know that he's faithful and when you know what he's capable of. It's irritating. It's the most irritating thing that I have dealt with in this journey is feeling a way that I know I don't need to feel, feeling a way that when I'm trying my best not to feel that way, reading my Bible and it's just like, I'm trying to cling. And I'm going to be real, I have not been in a place where I've wanted to be encouraged. I don't know if y'all have ever been at that place. It's like when you at your wit's end where you don't want to be encouraged. I have not wanted to be encouraged, have not wanted to watch no sermons. I have not wanted to do anything. I've listened to worship music here and there, but it's just been the past day or so, I've just been quiet, in a quiet place. And so, that is where I've been, It's like you can see God do so much around you, but it's like, I want to be able, how can I enjoy what you've done if I'm trying my hardest to still fight for my faith, fight for my life, fight for my salvation? It feels as if nothing is helping. That is exactly how I felt. I'm like, I know the word, Even my favorite verse hasn't encouraged me. I'm just going to be real, It's just been rough. It's literally just been tremendously rough. And so, Bella Marie. So that's kind of where I've been. I don't really have any other words or anything else to say in that regard. I know that God wanted me to share, exactly how I've been feeling. And I think the thing that keeps me holding on, the thing that keeps me going is I know what God is capable of. And it's not just about the situation, but it's about my entire life. I know what God is capable of. I know that he's been nothing short of faithful, dependable, reliable, right on time. And so my love for God keeps me going, if that makes sense. Even in moments like this where I feel like I am you go to the beach at night and just scream out, listen, I need to go somewhere. just let it out where nobody is going to hear me, you know. Man, that's how I feel about this Bella thing. Like, it is a thorn in my side. I'm sure it's a thorn in her side. Most definitely. Yep. And so I think at the end of the day, what pulls a person through like their roughest seasons, their lowest times in life, is their love for God. You know, it's like, because if you didn't love God, like if it wasn't like a pure type of like love for God, like when things get rough, you would run. It's like the same thing that people do in relationships when they're with somebody that they don't really like that. The moment that things get rough, or when they're not like fully committed, fully invested, the minute that things get rough, what they do, it's been us sometimes. We walk away. I don't want to deal with that. I don't want to, we walk away. And so it's like, it says a lot about anyone, that still chooses to love and serve God in the mix of feeling like they are at their weakest. And it's like, when you get to that place, how could God not reward such a love and adoration for him? How could he not reward your faith? Absolutely. 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 And so I think, even this situation too exposed a lot of like my insecurities, about like what God has called me to do. It exposed a lot, I pray that I'm making sense. Like, it exposed a lot about my own insecurities of just, at times feeling like, is my life even helping anybody, God? What is the purpose of it, Because I don't always feel that appreciation. I don't always like feel like what God has me doing is valuable, And I think a lot of times, we think about value in terms of profit, value in terms of how well you're able to be fed, if that makes sense. And so, facts, Visha. And so that has been a little bit of what like this season has like, brought out. It showed me my weak areas. But it's also shown me like some strong moments of, not really caring what people say, what they think, So it's like, it's pros and cons to it. And so that is, I feel like I'm rambling at this point, I really do. I feel like I'm rambling at this point. And to the person that may be wondering, why is she not looking at the camera? Because looking at the camera, it just makes me emotional. So, because I know somebody's going to say, why is she not looking at, I'm emotional, I do not want to break down crying on this broadcast, on this platform. I just absolutely, do not. But that's how I feel, y'all. It's been rough. It has been really, really rough lately. But I am grateful. Now that I can say, I am grateful in the midst of it. I'm not complaining, because, some people can go through rough things and they just act like God ain't ever did nothing from them. They complain, They say all type of stuff, but I haven't been at that place where, because I realized like God has brought me a long way in life. He's done a lot for me. Even now, like, I can still look at my life and see that, okay, God is present. He's done some things in my life, but it's like that one area where it's like, God, if you could just give me space to just breathe and be okay, like I would be fine. And I think that's all I got to say on this particular broadcast. I have less than an hour before they call me, but I think I don't have any more words. That has been where I've been at. So that is it for right now, you guys. I'm about to get off of here, try to get myself together. Just let that be it. So to those of you guys that have been praying for me, I've been saying this every broadcast, but thank you. Even the leader needs prayer sometimes. Even the leader needs a support system sometimes. So I'm grateful. Because I've been at that place where it's like, I don't know what to pray anymore. I'm like, God, I've prayed every prayer that I know how to pray. I've asked for help. I don't know what else to pray. Gotta take a deep breath. So yeah, that's it, you guys. I'm about to get off of here, but that's it. And so yeah, absolutely, Visha, absolutely. It's been one of those things where I haven't even had an appetite. I don't know if y'all have ever like gone through something or, okay, big stretch. The dog is at my feet. Even in feeling so broken, these dogs humor me. They humor me. And so I'm about to get off of here to try and give Bella some more water, take these dogs out, prepare my mind for the vet visit. I really don't know what to expect. I almost feel like I'm scared to have an expectation. I'm scared to have a hope. I just don't know. I'm at a place where I'm like, Lord, I don't want to get let down. And so that's it. So I'm going to try to get myself together. And maybe later get me something to eat. But I haven't had an appetite. I've been almost at that point of being nauseated. I don't know if you guys have ever like been so like, I don't know if stress is the right, because I'm not stressed. But at such a low point that just the idea of food, it nauseates me. I had breakfast, but anything else, it just makes me feel like it's going to come right back up. And so that is it. I know at some point later on today, I am going to have to eat something. And so whatever comes in, whatever's donated, I did put gas in the car. I think I put 15 in the tank. Whatever else is, sown is going to go towards getting me something to eat. And that's it. I haven't just had the desire to eat. It's easier said than done when people are telling you you need to eat. Like, it's easier said than done, Sometimes I want to tell people, like, you don't get how I feel, like I'm unable to eat right now. And so as funds come in, that is going to be like where the money goes to. I probably won't eat before I get Bella looked at, get her seen. But that is it. That is it. And so at the moment, that is my only goal. Is to probably, I want to say the meal at the place down the street is maybe about $11 for some grilled chicken. And so that's what I'm probably going to eat later on because I'm not hungry again. I can't eat right now. And so that's it, y'all. I'm going to get off of here. Let that be it. To those that are sewing, the links are there. If you don't choose to sew, that's fine too. But I got to take these dogs out, get myself together, and I'll keep you guys posted on there, sweetie, on the things. You need to go outside. You need to go outside. You need to go pee-pee too. Y'all, the dog is Come here. I know you need to go pee pee too. Okay. Wrong word because you're jumping. I'm trying to, Miss Mary. I'm trying to. I don't even know how to receive that at this point. I really don't. And so, stop it. So that is it, y'all. I'm going to go ahead and get off of here. I have maybe about 40 minutes to get everything situated. Love y'all too. And so, yeah, until next time, y'all.